It was supposed to be another normal trip, and they were just going to see the festival on that planet, and well, how to explain to Sylvia that he had probably just fallen in love at first sight. Back to what happened on that planet. Everyone was euphoric about the big festival that was coming up that day. It was really important event that everyone, even you, would be there. That was why you and Wander crossed paths by accident, as you had both hit your heads and fallen. Wander, in any other situation, would have apologized and offered help, but his body didn't respond. Stunned and with a heart that began to beat strongly against his chest, when his gaze met you, his words became slurred, and he soon became mumbling and nervous, worsening when he heard you giggle. Wander felt warm, and his gaze was lost in your eyes, smiling at you affectionately. He soon found himself distracted from what you were talking about until he reacted when you left, leaving on the floor a necklace that seemed to belong to you. He had tried to warn you, but when he turned around, you were lost among the inhabitants. So the rest of the day was spent trying to find you again. He was almost on the verge of despair as his thoughts circled around you, and it was crazy. I mean, Wander didn't know where you were or what your name was, but you were so sweet and your smile was divine. Like his train of thought was cut off when he finally saw you. When he finally saw you, he immediately tried to run towards you. The closer he got, the more his legs wobbled and his words tangled in his tongue. "Hey, my name is Necklace, and this is your Wander," he said excitedly, almost without thinking, while touching your shoulder, although later he realized his mistake and hid his face against his hat. "No, not that. My name is Wander, and he tried to speak again, but froze, and his mind went blank when your head turned in his direction. Maybe it was your beautiful eyes or something about you that made him weak, made his heart beat, and left him speechless. Dot Warner, the Warner sister, Dot. The Warner sister sibling Dot tilted her head slightly, her expression playful, silly looking, but concerned as she cupped Wander's head up.
"It's all right, young Toon. You're pretty a wacky blast yourself." "Anyways, you okay, Wander, right?"
Wander's heart skipped a beat as he felt your hands cupping his face, his cheeks turning a light shade of pink at how sweet her gesture was. Dot's gesture was. He couldn't help but be intrigued by her playful and concerned expression. Feeling like a bumbling mess, words stumbled out. Yeah, I'm fine. Just a little Cludsy, that's all. He managed to stutter, his nervous smile betraying his flustered state. Dot.
I guess so. Anyways, I'm Dot Warner, but my full name is Princess Angelina Concestas Louisa Francesca Banana Fana Bobesca III. But you can just call me Dot for short. Her sweet tone turns threatening a little. But call me Dottie, and you're dead.
Pat Wander slightly. Wander's eyes widened as she introduced herself. Her full name sounding so regal and elegant. He couldn't help but be slightly intimidated by the threat. But the pat on his head made him feel a little more at ease. Whoa, Dot? That's quite the name. I promise not to call you Dottie. He chuckled nervously, his heart still beating fast at her charming demeanor. Dot.
Thanks, Mr. Wander. You're funny and cute.
He blushed at the compliment, feeling his cheeks warm up even more. He didn't know how to react, not used to receiving such compliments. He scratched the back of his neck, awkwardly, a loop-sided grin on his face. Thanks, Dot. No one's ever called me cute before. I guess you're pretty cute yourself, he said, his nervousness mixing with a hint of genuine flattery. He chuckled at her sweet reaction, trying and failing to act cool. His heart was still hammering in his chest, but talking to her was making him feel so light. His eyes darted around, taking in her appearance, until he noticed the necklace he had found earlier. Oh, Dot, I think I have something that belongs to you. He held up the necklace, extending it towards her. Dot gasping by surprise before kissing all over Wander's face and grabbing it.
This necklace? Oh, thank you. I was too distracted. I didn't even notice. Thanks. You're such a sight for sore eyes.
Wander's eyes went wide with surprise as she showered his face with kisses, his cheeks turning even more flushed. He couldn't believe what was happening. Her affection was so genuine and unexpected. Ah, you're welcome. I'm just glad I could help. He managed to stutter out, his heart doing flips in his chest. He couldn't help but smile at the compliment, feeling a warm sensation spreading through him. You're pretty eye candy yourself, Dot.
Dot, aw. Oh, you're making me blush. I'm flattered, really.
Wander's grin widened, feeling a sense of accomplishment at making her blush. He couldn't help but find her actions adorable, making him feel all giddy inside. I guess I've got some charm after all, huh? He said, trying and failing to sound cool. His heart was still racing from the attention she was giving him.
Dot, you definitely do. You're like any fluffy, comfy, Prince Charming kind of cowboy I ever did see.
Wander's eyes widened at the compliment, feeling a mix of surprise and flattery. He never thought of himself as a charming prince, charming like cowboy. But the way she described him made him feel special. Oh, thank you. Thank you? I don't think anyone's ever called me that before, he said, his voice a little softer. His heart was still skipping beats, and he didn't know what to do with his hands. Dot boops him again, cheekily.
Oh, I'm just stating the truth about yourself, cutie, handsome star nomad. An animaniac toon like me has never ever met anyone like you before.
Wander couldn't help but feel butterflies in his stomach at her words, at the playful boop. Her words made him feel so seen and appreciated. He chuckled softly, his cheeks turning a deeper shade of pink. Well, I could say the same about you. You're pretty, one of a kind yourself, Dot. He rubbed the back of his neck, feeling a bit shy under her gaze. Wander couldn't help but notice the adorable expression on her face. Her giggling and rosy cheeks only made his heart skip even more beats. Oh, can I ask you something? He blurted out suddenly, hoping he wasn't being too forward. Dot.
Oh, sure.
He took a moment to gather his nerves, fidgeting with his hat as he looked at Dot. Well, I was wondering if I could see you again. If I could see you again, he blurted out, hoping he didn't sound too desperate. His heart was thumping in his chest, the uncertainty making him feel both vulnerable and excited. Dot.
Like, hang out? Oh boy, do I!
Immediately kissed all over his face in cheeky excitement.
I would adore that. I'm sure my brothers Wacko and Yakko Warner wouldn't mind if I'm around you more.
Wander yelped in surprise, feeling a flurry of soft kisses all over his face. His mind was spinning, trying to process the sudden show of affection. Yeah, hang out, I mean, he managed to say, his voice slightly breathless from the unexpected attack. A wide smile spread across his face, excitement mixing with disbelief at how easily she agreed. Your brothers wouldn't mind? He couldn't help but ask, feeling a little nervous about meeting them. Dot quickly nodded passionately. Wander's eyes widened at her enthusiastic nodding. Her excitement was infectious, and he couldn't help but feel a mix of relief and anticipation. Ah, okay then. That sounds great. He ran a hand through his disheveled hair, trying to gather his thoughts. He wanted to make a good impression on her brothers. When should we meet? He asked, trying to sound casual but failing miserably. Dot winking mischievously seductive as she smirked in thought, while she twirls slightly.
Well, meet me at
The Warner Tower,
at the Warner Bros. Movie lot in Hollywood by noontime, my toonie star nomad, and take your time, no rush at all.
His heart skipped a beat at her flirty demeanor, his mind going blank for a moment. Her wink and smirk made him feel weak in the knees. Yeah, okay, sounds great. He managed to stutter out, trying to regain his composure. Noontime, at the Warner Tower. He repeated the words in his mind, feeling a mix of excitement and nerves. No rush, got it, he said, a smile tugging at the corner of his lips.
Dot. Alright, see ya there then, cosmic cowboy rascal.
Runs off quickly. Wander watched her run off, his smile growing wider at her playful antics. He let out a sigh, still trying to process everything that just happened. She was so charming and cute. His heart was still racing as he tried to calm himself down. Cosmic cowboy rascal, he murmured to himself, his mind already filled with thoughts of seeing her again soon. Sylvia Zabornak. Sylvia, behind the whole thing, just watched and had a wide teasing smirk on her face. Her expression evident of interest and amusement and surprise. Ooh, whistled romantically playful. Woo! If it wasn't a Cupid shot arrow, I don't know what it is, bud. Wander jumped slightly at the sudden sound of Sylvia's voice behind him. He had been so lost in his thoughts that he hadn't noticed her presence. He turned around, his cheeks reddening at her teasing smirk. Sylvia, he stuttered, clearly caught off guard by her comment. He rubbed the back of his neck, awkwardly feeling embarrassed. Cupid shot arrow? What are you talking about? Sylvia, relax. It's just a playful expression statement, buddy. And yep, it's definitely clearly what I thought I saw. Grinning, teasingly interested. You in love with that? You in love with a special tune like her or something? Wander's cheeks grew warmer at Sylvia's teasing question. He fidgeted with his hat, feeling a mix of embarrassment and excitement. In love? No, I mean... He paused, his thoughts going back to the moment he just had with Dot Warner. With Dot. Her sweet kisses, her endearing demeanor, the way she made his heart race. Realizing he couldn't hide it anymore, he sighed and admitted, okay, maybe a little. Sylvia chuckled a bit, patting Wander slightly. Oh, relax. But I'm sure she likes you too. If you're into her so badly, then why don't you just talk to her? Talk to her about it. I mean, I get the obvious answer that you can't because your embarrassment or just couldn't resist her zany, attractive nature and all. But you could at least try. Don't let that awkward heart attack behavior get the better of ya. Wander sighed, realizing that Sylvia was right. He couldn't deny the chemistry he felt with Dot, or the way Dot made him feel. Yeah, you're right. I guess I don't know. I get so nervous around her. I can't get so nervous around her. He admitted, running a hand through his hair. But you're right. I can't just let my nerves get the best of me. I'll try to talk to her about it. Maybe. Thanks, Sylvia. Sylvia ruffled Wander softly. Don't mention it, buddy. If you ever need any wing woman, let me know so I can get some backup. Sounding flattered with a low interest tone. Wander nodded, feeling grateful for Sylvia's support. Her offer to be a wingman was both comforting and amusing. Yeah, thanks. I'll keep that in mind, he said, a small smile tugging at the corner of his lips. But you're already doing a good job at it. You seem pretty interested yourself, he teased, poking her shoulder playfully. Sylvia, "Pfft, yeah, whatever. But considering this your first ever crush with someone who's a bit zany strange, no offense. Zany strange, no offense. In my opinion, if you know what I mean, this is your first date. First date, after all. Just act natural. Some gals like a guy seductive and never hold back. You can still just be, well, you, but with a odd seductive, flirty flair to it, you know? Wander chuckled at Sylvia's advice, realizing she had a point. He had never been on a date before, let alone with someone as charming and unpredictable as Dot, one of the Animaniacs. Heh, yeah, natural, seductive, and flirty. Got it, he said, trying to sound confident despite his nerves. The thought of being with Dot made his heart flutter. I'll try my best. Thanks again, Sylvia.